Hi everybody, it's me, the Kadoozie. And I have to interrupt this. Well, I'm not really interrupting it because it hasn't started yet, but I'm coming to you with a plea from my heart. I started a Kickstarter. Yes, I just said that. I started a Kickstarter for my show. It's got a new title. It's called I Wasn't Trying to Be Funny. Enrico Colantoni is going to direct me, and you know him and love him from shows like Just Shoot Me and the movie Galaxy Quest, and he's on Person of Interest and Flashpoint, and he's just awesome. He was on the podcast last week, and we're just trying to raise some money. I tried everything else. I tried to get producers. I tried everything. I've been doing it for 15 years, and I guess God just wants me to ask you guys. So I'm asking you if there's any chance that you could pledge some money. I promise. Promise. It's worth it. You can go to Kickstarter.com and search Sue Costello or I Wasn't Trying to Be Funny. Or SueCostello.com. There's a link up there. And now, back to your regularly scheduled programming. Hi everybody, it's me, the Kadoozie. And here we are with another round of the Kadoozie Kast. And I'm here with one of my favorite people, Charlie O'Connell. Hi, Charlie.
Hi, Sue.
Thank you for doing this.
My pleasure.
All right, well, first I want to tell you why I really wanted you to do this. Because I think you're one of the funniest human beings on the earth, and I don't know if everybody knows that.
Sue, that's a setup.
I know, I was just thinking that's a lot of fun.
You just set me up right off the bat to be one of the most unfunny people you've ever had.
No, maybe it's me that makes you funny.
We'll see.
Yeah, because we'll be able to explore. No, I'm serious. Because
we'll find out.
I've hung out with you a lot, and I find you to be, this is what I find you to be, quiet but really smart funny, which is like my favorite. Like, I love when people like a quick.
I like that, because a lot of people don't accuse me of being smart.
They don't?
Or funny.
Come on. Well, I don't know if you've ever been in a position. Don't get sad about it.
I was just teasing you, sir.
You know me, I'll get devastated.
Yeah, I'll get devastated.
Oh, Charlie. Well, no, you just have a more reserved. Well, I think also because you were the Bachelor, people project a lot onto you, which I did when I first met you.
Way to drop that right off the bat. Just slide it in there.
Everybody knows that you
okay. I was like, I am the guy that hands out the roses.
Yeah, well, first of all, I didn't know that when I met you.
Okay.
I met you, and you said something like, I met you with my friend Josh in L.A.,
Mm-hmm.
And I think you
my
said...
friend, too.
Yeah, our friend, Josh, sorry. And I think I
Don't
said...
get so territorial on Josh.
No, he has been my friend since we did the movie Southie.
Okay.
That's how I know him, from like years and years and years. But yes, I met him through our friend Josh. And I met you through our friend Josh. And you said something cute like, come back around or something. And I was like, oh, that guy's cute. I'm like, I like that guy. And so I asked somebody, now I'm in L.A., and I say to somebody, who is that guy? Meaning... Who is that guy? Is he a nice guy? Is he... And right away, they drop your resume.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they were like, oh, he was the Bachelor. And I was like...
That's how we do in L.A.
I was mad. I was like, oh, well, I wasn't asking for that reason, and I didn't even know you were the Bachelor. And then when I said to you, you said that you were a little shy when I met you. And I was like, no, you're not. You're the Bachelor. Like, I totally projected onto you, too.
But I don't know.
No, I did. And then I realized, I was like, that's the little, like, bossy teenager. That's how I used to be in, like, high school. And I was like, no, Sue, like, pay attention. When somebody tells you something, pay attention. But I just thought because you were the Bachelor that there was no way that you could possibly ever be shy. But it's not true, right?
I don't know. I think you can be outgoing in some parts and shy in others, you know? It's kind of like a bit of both.
Yes. All right, so let's talk about, I want to start from the beginning.
Okay.
First of all, you're a preemie.
We're really going to start from the beginning. Yeah. I mean, like, talk about the beginning. Yeah, I'm 2 months premature. 2 months premature.
Mm-hmm. Now, I was premature too, and I don't know how many months because my mother, whenever I ask, I don't know, she always says. But so my whole life, everybody's told me that I'm a shrimp because I was premature.
I was the smallest kid in my class till I think 10th grade or 11th grade, somewhere in there. Like the summer in between there is when I grew, I feel like a foot.
You grew a whole foot?
I think so.
And now you're 6'3"?
3, something like that.
Okay, so that's...
Just so you know, if you ever get up there, when you hit like 6'2", somewhere in there, you just stop measuring.
You do?
Yeah.
Because then you're just tall.
Yeah.
What do you mean if I ever get up there? I'm never going to
You don't know. You could hit another spurt like you were saying. You were always small. You're preemie, you know. You might be the latest blooming preemie ever.
I would go in the Guinness Book of World Records or something. Well, people always think I'm taller.
Because, you know, just like hope.
Yeah, maybe.
Because why?
Because of the way I carry myself.
I thought you were going to say because of heels.
Nope, because of the way I carry myself. They think I'm taller. But then they stand beside me and they go, oh, you really are small.
Oh.
All right, so you were premature 2 months. Did you go in the incubator?
I don't remember, but I believe so.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I don't know.
Because you almost died. Did you almost die? I got my last rites.
I have no idea about that. My dad says that I was the biggest baby in the small babies unit.
Oh, you were? So you were always bigger.
I was 4 pounds something.
Oh, I was only 2 something.
Oh.
No, maybe 3 something.
Oh.
Maybe that's the difference.
Well, if we're going to talk about this stuff, you should probably have the facts straight.
No, this is like, I'm a good investigative reporter because I go with my spirit, and the facts aren't really that important.
Oh, okay.
Facts are something to hide behind.
Yeah.
Because then it doesn't really stay natural.
I was 4 pounds, 12 ounces, something like that. Almost 5 pounds. And I don't know. I didn't. I was a late bloomer.
So you grew. That was funny because I interviewed LB Lyndon Byers for the from the Boston Bruins for my podcast too, and the same thing happened to him. Like he used to get beat up, and then he went away for the summer with his dad, and he grew like same thing like a foot, and he came back and he just beat everybody up afterwards. Did they pick on you when you were small?
I don't know. I was a tough little kid, I think, but I think everyone gets picked on.
You were funny.
You know, like as looking back on it, I think everyone gets picked on.
You do? I think everybody interprets it, right?
I mean, yeah, everyone thinks they've been. I mean, I never met someone that was like, I've never been picked on my whole life. You know, it's like everyone's a victim, right?
You know, you're right, because even with my show, I had this guy who was like, Sue, he's like, I was like the hockey player, like the coolest guy in high school, and I still identify with feeling outside.
Everyone feels picked on, I think. At least that's the way I look at it now, I think.
And you grew up in the city with your awesome mom.
Yes.
She's hilarious.
My mom and dad.
And your dad, right? Your dad's awesome, too. Your dad, he's a painter. He paints now.
Yeah, he doesn't do much anymore. He's retired. But he's,
But he was
he's
doing
no spring chicken.
The art.
He was an art director for an advertising agency, and so he's basically, he can do anything art-related. And my mom was an art teacher in the Jersey City Public Ed for 36 years.
Oh, that's cool. So did she teach you art growing up?
No, whatever. We did Christmas cards. These are my brother's cards. His birthday's coming up, so we have to make cards.
Your brother, who is Jerry O'Connell.
Yeah.
He made these?
That's my dad's card he made. That's my mom's card.
Oh, so you guys still make cards?
Yeah, we have to make cards.
Oh, they make you make cards.
This is mine, but I made it in like 3 seconds because I had to...
And so whose birthday's coming up? Your brother?
Brother.
Now, how close are you guys? How close in age are you guys?
1 year and 2 months.
Oh, so you're like... Is that Irish twins?
I think they would call it that.
Yeah, I think it's 18 months is Irish twins. Oh, so you guys are like really close. And you're both very funny, but funny in different ways, I find. That's what I'm doing here. I'm going to
funny
get to
in
the bottom.
different ways.
Well, he's very out there, and you're very not. And I like that. I like to be investigative and find the not so obvious. All right, so you guys still make cards for your parents. Adorable.
Yeah, we have to.
Because what happens if you don't?
My mom might have a heart attack.
No, she won't.
Yes,
She's
she
a
would.
tough cookie. She's tall, too.
Yes.
How tall?
5'12".
Oh, my gosh. And she wears big sunglasses. And you made fun of my big sunglasses in L.A. And then when I met your mom.
I don't remember that.
Yes, you did. You totally teased me. And you said that the guy, you said, I'm going to go see Sue's show. And you said, the guy said, oh, the one with the sunglasses? And it wasn't. He probably didn't say that. You were just teasing
I think I made it up. I mean, like, I don't know how many years ago that was. But
it was
I
like 2
don't know.
years ago. I remember everything.
Are we doing this just so you can get to the bottom of
Yes,
that?
I have been writing it all down. I was like, I'm going to do this.
Let's
Kadoozie
get to the
Kast.
bottom of the big sunglasses.
No, but your mom wore the same one. So when I met her, I was like, oh, he's just busting my balls. You just purely just busting my balls. You like, I'm easy to... I'm like, I have the bust a ball face.
You've been picked on, right?
I have, but I still get that. I think I send out that energy like, hi, I'm Sue, and you can totally pick on me. What do you think?
It's fun.
Yes,
right?
I have a playfulness to me, yes. But I was going to say, your dad said to me over the summer, which it stuck with me all summer about painting, that he said when he's trying to make a picture, it's hard to get what's inside of him out onto the paper. And I remember that was such like a vulnerable thing to say. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think that's every artist. Like,
I think he was just flirting with you.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I never heard him say anything like that. He never said anything like that to me. He's like, giving me a clip in the ear or something like that. He never said, Charlie, I'm trying to get what's inside out.
Well, I fell for it. I really am gullible, too, because it struck me all summer. I was like, oh my God, that was so cute that he said that. All right, so I think I'm just going to keep my naivete no matter what, because it seems to be working for me. All right, so you guys are like a year and 2 months apart? So you grew up in New York City.
Yes.
Remember the story you told me? We tell the story about when you guys went to that crazy restaurant in the East Village. Like, your mother used to be very artsy growing up, and she brought... Do you remember?
No.
She brought you to some crazy restaurant in the East Village, and you had to BYOB, and you had to go next door, and...
I don't even remember what the name of the place was. It was like someone's kitchen or something like that,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
they had like fried chicken and... They basically gave fried chicken and ho-hos, and I got my mom drinking 40s, and I was like 17. I don't even remember the story.
It was
and
hilarious.
And then they charge you like $100 for like a ho-ho and a piece of fried chicken,
Right.
and like Hawaiian punch,
Right.
And like article said like eclectic.
Yeah, so she would always try to research all the like hipster places. All right, so you grew up. So where you went to school right around New York?
I went to school at PS3, PS41. Some other PS, and then I went to Jersey City, and I went to 28, another one. Then I went to the Bergen School. I went to a lot of schools.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, that'll set you up to feel like you get picked on, right?
I don't know. I moved a lot. Me personally, not my family. We were always in the same house.
Same house. This is the same apartment, right?
I'm moving schools.
All right, but why? Why did you move schools?
Because I'm dyslexic, and they were going to fail me in the reading scores and try to lead me back, so my mom would move schools.
So you could not get
Left
held
back for reading.
And did you get the extra help that you needed? Because I think that's
No,
interesting.
I knew I was dyslexic from a young age. My dad's dyslexic, but I think in some schools, PS41, when we were there, I was going to get left back for reading scores.
At what age?
First, second grade, second grade maybe. Third grade at PS41, and then and it was strictly reading scores. I was already tested from what I gathered, and then they moved me to PS3, which was a great school, but that they end that at fifth grade, and then started the shuffle again because I moved first grade, I moved second grade, third grade, fourth and fifth at PS3, which I loved, and then. Sixth and seventh were at different schools, and then from seventh I went to the school, then Bergen School in Jersey, that I went all the way through high school.
Now, why did you like what was it, the third and fourth you liked the best?
Yeah, it was just it was like an artsy school where for a public school, you called your teachers by their first names, and I passed. And I didn't have to go to the small bus. And if I didn't have to go to the small bus, and I didn't have to worry about spelling, it made me enjoy school more, I think.
Yeah, so now I know a lot of people that are dyslexic, and I don't know if it was talked about as much when we were kids. So how does it manifest? Like, how does dyslexia manifest? So
for me, I think it's different for everyone.
Okay.
But for me, it was a reading block, a spelling block. Spelling or reading, all written. Math. I love math.
You're good at math.
Yeah,
I remember you added something up for me, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Math's easy for me.
That's great.
But because it makes sense. But reading, like I just couldn't follow. Like th is tha, and e before e is I, and sometimes y or whatever the hell all these. Look, the English language isn't phonetic.
Right.
It just isn't. If it was phonetic,
it would be.
I could go to one school.
Right.
but and that was it. And honestly, all the way through college, I really was dyslexic or / illiterate or whatever it was. And like just now is when in the last 5 years, I've really started to become a better. Reader and speller. It might be because I have to text now and things like that, but the thing that makes me a better reader is reading.
Really? Now, what about, do you flip the letters when you're looking at it?
I don't know about that. I know when I was a kid, I'd have a lot of trouble with nines and P's and B's and D's, but I don't think it was, I think it was just I couldn't sound it out and figure out what the hell it was. It didn't make sense to me, and if I wrote something, I'd write it phonetically, and it's just not how shit's written.
And then what about reading out loud in school? Did they?
I hated it.
How'd you really feel about that, Charlie?
I hated it.
Well, that's Baxter barking. It's all right. He thinks I'm hurting you.
No, but you've heard me read out loud. Mm-hmm. I think you have.
Yes.
And I read out loud pretty good these days. And the reason why is because I read out loud. You know, like
Right.
I'm not going to hide behind it, and I'm not going to be different because of it. And I find that the only person that really it bothers is me. Mm-hmm. You know, like nobody else really cares.
No.
You know?
Right.
So, like, that's what, that would be the thing that I thought I was picked on about, if it was anything, is that, you know, I couldn't read.
Right.
You know?
And then the schools, they don't always, because everything's so straightforward here in this country that they don't really, like, notice that everybody, I don't know if everybody should be so scholastic. I don't know if everybody should go to school strictly 12
I
years
love
in
school.
college.
Whatever. You know, whatever. I couldn't read. Big deal.
Oh, Charlie.
Really? No, I mean, like,
being a tough guy.
no, but no. What I mean by that is, like, it's the only person that cares is me. And when I get over that, then I can start dealing with it as opposed to hiding behind it,
right?
And getting better at it. Mm-hmm. You know.
I feel like that's life. I was thinking that about. Somebody said something the other day about how women get treated in stand-up, and I was like, well, yeah, I can pretend that it's not happening and not do anything about it, or I can like actually see.
How do they get treated?
They're just rough with us. They're really rough. Like, even when I was in LA, I went on at the Laugh Factory, and even my friend who came to see me, she was like, wow, Sue, she's like, I never noticed how much the guys just really, like, they're extra nasty. And I'm like, yeah, and I'm starting to realize it. Like, I used to just kind of react to it, and I would go right back at them, which is not what I want to do. I don't do that even in my stand-up. I'm playful, I'm fun, I don't want to be mean. And I was like, and this one guy, he was like giving me a hard time, and I didn't even acknowledge it, and he kept trying to do it. And then the audience started booing him. And I was like, they don't want you to do it. They like me. It was so interesting. And the girl was like, oh, because you didn't absorb it, it wouldn't happen. But I was like, you know how many years it's taken me? Same idea. It's like you have to address it in order to change it is what my point was.
But you didn't address it.
I've addressed it.
So it was like the opposite.
I
so
did
basically
address
what you're saying
it.
is like the opposite.
No.
I think either you're saying I did it all wrong or...
No, I was in my body realizing, wow, he's just being mean to me. Which sucks. Like, who wants to feel that? The guy was just being mean. For no reason, just attacking me. And I was like, oh, this is nice.
You mean like 10% of life is life and 90% is how you react to it?
Maybe that's what I'm saying. See? That is true. Yeah. Because he could, like, in the past, he would have done that, and I would have been so scared that I would have been nasty back. And then what I would have showed people was just, they would have been like, oh, she's nasty.
Nasty.
And a lot of times it happens before we go on stage. A lot of aggression happens. And then when you get on stage, you come off aggressive, and they're like, what the hell? The audience hasn't seen that, and they're like, what the hell's her problem? So there's a lot of that goes on. So yes, 90% is not reacting. And letting yourself shine through. And you're right, a lot of people don't care. Like, they got to see that guy was being nasty because I didn't engage. And the same thing, when somebody has a trouble reading, most people don't go...
Why should you act if that's what it's called, being revolving around that guy?
Exactly. But that's almost like a mimic of life. Like, I find the stage to be a mimic of life for me. Like, I could be sitting somewhere and talking to somebody, and they can just attack me out of nowhere, and I used to just jump right back. I had no impulse control. Now I control my impulses, and I think, and then I win later.
Good.
You don't care. All right, so you make it through high school, and then you went to... What did you love in high school? You didn't like reading. You liked math.
I like math. I like gym. I like lunch. I liked...
What about, so did you think about acting or anything when you were in grammar school, or?
I did commercials growing up, and a couple plays and things like that. We did commercials a lot, after school kind of thing.
You and your brother, or?
Yeah.
And
it was
how
just
did
one
you
of the
guys...
after school activities that were done around here.
You went on auditions?
Mm-hmm.
And how did that start?
My dad was an art director for our advertising agency, and so his main thing was commercials. He did like Ideal Toys, Evel Knievel, all that, Betsy Wetsy, all those. And I think my mom said, why don't you put him in commercials? And he said, no, he's too fat and he's too shy.
Who was fat?
I was not fat.
Jerry was fat,
yeah,
you were shy.
I was shy.
Oh.
And
I didn't know he was fat.
And so my mom got us an agent and started taking us out on her own, I think.
She said to your father, forget it, he's not... What a good mother. Like,
that's how she
my
reacted.
boys are perfect.
That's how she reacted.
My boys are perfect. I'm not going to listen to you.
And she showed him later.
And it worked, though.
Yeah, I guess it did.
Right? So you did commercials, and then you were a model.
Mm-hmm.
I saw some pictures online of you, like, leaning against the wall. Like,
That's what we do.
You lean against the wall.
Yeah, we lean against walls and things like that.
To show off How handsome you are the clothes?
When you're handsome, you want to lean against a wall. That's.
Did you always know you were handsome because you are handsome?
I just always knew I wanted to lean against a wall. So, I intuitively knew that I
hate
should
to break
lean
it to you,
against a wall.
but this is going out onto the internet, and everybody's going to hear how you just bust my balls and deflect all the time. They're going to hear it, and I'm going to have proof. No, come on. Did you always know you were handsome? I always wonder that with guys.
It's such a loaded question. Did I always know I was handsome? No, I always knew I didn't want to work very hard. Thus, modeling seemed like the right thing to pursue.
See?
There was no homework.
That's the true...
I always strived to do no homework.
Right, because homework was a pain in the balls. So then you thought... So it wasn't necessarily I'm handsome. It was more the motivation of, like, less work.
I don't know. I mean, like... Look, if you want to meet pretty girls, do modeling or become a dancer. You know,
dancer?
Right?
Really?
I don't know. Ballerinas.
A ballerina?
They're pretty, aren't they?
Oh, meaning if you're a girl...
If you're a guy.
Oh, if you're a guy,
where do you want to be? You want to be
in
in the waiting room of modeling gigs and, like, beats going out at night? Listen, we didn't have Facebook back then.
So you had to be a model to get the chicks. And did you both get chicks, you and your brother? Or... No, because you said he was heavy. He was heavy. He did...
No, he was heavy till he was like 10 or 11.
And then he got...
Yeah, and then he got skinny.
But heavy people, when they're kids, always feel heavy, too.
He was husky. I don't know.
Husky. I love that word. Yeah. All right, so you were a model, and then didn't he did the movie, Stand By Me? Mm-hmm. And what age was that?
I think he was 10.
Oh, wow.
I was 9.
Oh, so that was a big deal. Was that the first big thing that the family went through? Mm-hmm. In terms of Hollywood?
Yeah, I guess so.
And then what happened?
I mean, I don't know if it was Hollywood. He went to Oregon for the summer. We all went to Oregon for the summer. Oh, well, my mom did because she was a teacher, so she was off, and, he's 10, so he needed a parental supervisor. And I went horseback riding.
You did?
Yeah. It was like city slickers for me.
Oh, that's cool. And so he shot the movie for how long?
Summer. What was it, a month or two?
Oh, wow.
I mean, I was 9, too.
You remember.
This is as good as I can give you.
You remember. And so you were 9. See, again, look at you acting so cool. Cut it out. You would remember that. That's a huge thing in somebody's family if their brother goes to be in a movie. That's a big deal.
I guess so. I mean, I knew that I had... what I thought was, why do I have to go to Oregon?
Yeah.
I'm a city kid.
Right.
Who wants to go to Oregon? Who wants to go to the sticks?
Right. And then did you get to go on the set or anything, or you didn't even...
Oh, sure I did. But what I did is I went to a horseback riding camp that I really enjoyed.
And can you still ride a horse?
Yeah.
Can I tell you a funny story about me and my bullshit when I rode a horse? I was in Ireland, and the lady...
I didn't say yes or no.
Oh, can I?
Yes.
Okay. I was in Ireland with my boyfriend, and I hadn't gone out with him very long, and I think I was trying to impress him, and we went to go horseback riding. They were like Austrian horses, so they were big, fat horses. And we walked in, and the lady said, do you ride Western or English? And I said, I ride side saddle. And don't ask me why I said I ride side saddle, because the only thing I've ever done is literally ride a pony around the parking lot down in Savin Hill in my urban neighborhood. And so she gave me a horse that was crazy because she thought I rode side saddle. And I literally fell off the horse and was hanging off the horse the whole time, screaming, yelling. And the boyfriend was like, Sue.
But you rode English then?
I was hanging off the side, holding on with my legs to the horse.
They didn't give you any saddle? You went with no saddle?
I think they didn't give me a saddle.
You went Tonto?
Yes. And it was like I had already lied, so I had to keep up the lie, and I was literally hanging.
No, I can ride bareback. I could. I don't know if I can. I could.
If you had
When
to.
I was a kid, I did.
Right.
But, no.
No, there was a saddle because that's why the saddle slid.
Yeah, on the side but my guess is it wasn't comfortable saddle.
No, and it was a crazy
English.
Horse. Oh, it was probably English.
Yeah.
Because why? What's the difference? The
English is the difference is if it was a bicycle, it's like riding on one that's like a nut cruncher, like one of those little tiny things that you can't grip onto.
Right.
Just nothing. It's basically like bareback, but more of a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah, that's probably what they made me.
And Western's like a couch. It's like sitting on a couch.
Well, I'm lucky I didn't kill myself, and I learned from that, don't lie about riding horses, because it's very dangerous.
Yeah.
Not for you, though, because you did it when you were 9, and you're cool.
It's mostly because cool part, yeah.
All right, but did that change the family when you guys came back from that? Because it was a big movie, right? Did that change everything, or no?
No, I don't know what it changed. It changed. I don't know. I think my brother knew he wanted to be an actor at that point or something like that, so it might have changed him. And for me, I went to Oregon for the summer. That was basically it.
And then you came back and you were still in PS, one of the PSs, right? No, for high school, did you go to a PS? Yeah,
No, high school I went to a school called Bergen School in Jersey.
And that was an art school?
No, it was just a small school. It was just a small private school.
And then you went to NYU, which is, now you have to explain that to me. How do you go from having problems in school? NYU is a hard school to get into, isn't it?
I fenced, and I got good grades.
You were a fencer. It's funny, I just met the lady on Nantucket who was the fencing trainer. She was going to teach me a lesson.
I was captain of the NYU team when we won the NCAA.
What? How did I not know this? So, see, people don't know this about Charlie O'Connell.
I was All-American.
You were the captain of the what?
Fencing team. Started with the foil team when I was a junior. I was captain of that, and then senior year we won the NCAA. That's when I was captain of the team.
Well, that's awesome. So you got in because of fencing?
I think it helped a lot. But I had good grades too. Don't get me wrong. My grades were good. And
so, when did you start fencing? You didn't tell me that part.
Oh, when I was like 6. I don't know, something like that.
How does somebody get into fencing?
New York City is actually one of the best divisions for fencing in America.
Okay, but still, so you're 6. Did your mother say, I'm going to put you into fencing to see if he likes it?
I think she did. I think she knew someone that she thought it would help with college. She said that you could get in any college in fencing.
I love your mother even more. How awesome is she?
That's what she said. She said she knew someone when she was in school that fenced and got a scholarship, and she thought that'd be a good sport to help get this little shy, small midget into school.
I love your mother. She's so cool. And she didn't even listen to your father say that you guys were too fat or too shy. That's so cool. So she moved you out of the school so you didn't get kept back. She taught you fencing so that she knew she had the foresight to see that you could go to college. It's awesome. What are you doing? Getting a cigarette? Oh, you're showing me a picture.
I get a cigarette too.
He just turned away from me, everybody, so I have to sit here and talk to myself for a little while.
Just talk.
It's all right. I'm talking. Are you finding me a picture of what?
Fencing. So.
Oh, I'm very excited about this fencing part because I didn't know that this was. It's good for your body too, right? Because that's like ballet, that's like dancing, that whole, right?
Yeah, I did ballet as a kid too.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Charlie, I'm finding out. Oh, look at that! He's showing me a picture of the. What is this?
That's the NYU. Whatever. It's me fencing at NYU.
That's awesome. So you started at 6 and you knew you liked it and you just kept doing it? Does it take a lot of training?
I probably did it 4 days a week from age 14 to 20.
How many hours a day?
3, 4.
Wow. Yeah, so that's how much people put into gymnastics and everything too. That's cool. And then after school, is there anything to do once you're out of college with it, or?
Yeah, I mean, people go to the Olympics and you can do all that kind of stuff. I guess I didn't train enough. I wouldn't say I wasn't good enough, but I knew all the kids that did it, and they did it 5 days a week. And I'd say from about 16 to about 16, they fenced a lot more, and I didn't.
Yes, well, that's what I find interesting because I'm finding holes in your story too, Charlie. So you tell me you want to be a model because you don't like to work hard, but yet you do this. So this is hard work. You're an enigma. You're shy, yet you're funny, you're outgoing.
I don't know what an enigma is. I'll just agree.
It means we can't figure you out, Charlie. That's what it means. And that's your whole purpose here, is to make sure that we can't figure you out. All right, so fencing, so you're done at NYU. And then what happens? Now you're walking away again.
No, I'm not walking away, and now I'm projecting.
Project your voice. Use your theater voice now. Oh, he's got to get a smoke. So you
stop my groove. I graduated NYU. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I thought my best plan was to go to Japan and model, and party, and so I think my parents and my brother had a powwow, and next thing you know, my mom was like, you got to go visit your brother before you leave, because he was doing a show in L.A., and next thing you know, I was doing a show called Sliders with him.
All right, first of all, so I tell my sound guy, Patrick, that I'm interviewing you today, and he said, please tell him that I loved Sliders when I was a kid. He's younger. So I have to tell you that. Patrick says that he loves sliders.
That makes him and my mother. Well,
what do you mean? Other people liked it.
I should introduce Patrick to my mom, because then the two of them could talk about their love for sliders. No, I'm just kidding. It was a great show. It was, and honestly, I absolutely loved every moment I was on it.
All right, so wait a minute. So you're a model, and then you're out in Japan, and you're modeling, and you're drinking too much?
Never went to Japan.
Oh.
Like, I think my parents and that's as good as I come up with, is like plans. My parents and my brother had a different plan, and next thing you know, I was in LA. Working on that show, and now I was in LA.
So wait a minute. So do you want to talk about how much you partied, or no? You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
Oh, whatever. I liked going. I mean, look. If I said I didn't like to work hard, if you considered partying work, I was a hard worker.
Yeah, you always tell me stories about.
I went out every night. That was every night. It was primary purpose was going out and having fun.
And when did this start? Like, what age? Because I'm sure you guys, like...
I think I got my fake ID when I was 17. I started working in bars when I was 16.
What'd you do?
Anything. Bar backed, bounced, bartended, you know, whatever. If there's a job and you want to hire me and it's in a bar and I was underage, I'm in.
Because you could drink.
Yeah, because then I was in.
See, I always find that fascinating, like the energy and the smarts that it takes to do that. If you just take that and flip it the other way.
I started working in bars when I was 16 in the summer, and then 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, all the way up until 23. I think I worked in a bar every summer.
Yeah, that's clever. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm giving you another compliment.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so you were going to go to Japan. So the drinking must have been bad at this point, because they knew if you went to Japan, you were going to be in big trouble, right?
Yeah, I mean, I still hadn't figured out the subway system in New York, and I grew up here. I was going to go there.
You only take the one.
Yeah, I shouldn't.
So they were like, all right, we can't.
It's kind of easy these days, though. There's an app for everything.
Yes.
Figure out how to go everywhere. I use it. Like, now I can get around anywhere.
Because you have your iPhone.
Yeah.
All right, but back to, so you're going to go to Japan, so then your brother puts you on a show. That's awesome. Yeah. That's a good brother. And you loved it. And you said, I've heard you say before that he would literally take you to work. Like, so you would always
we carpooled every day, but I would say that means he basically drove and I was in the passenger seat, and then we'd wake up. And it was a great time. It really was a great time.
And did you live with him? Because you guys lived together, right? So you moved to LA and lived with him? Yeah,
I was on his couch for 1 year, and then we moved to a 2-bedroom place, and then we were there for I don't know how long. And then he got the apartment right above me, and then we had like adult bunk bed apartments.
And you guys must have just had a blast, because it was probably fun being out in LA and partying all the time, right?
Yeah. I mean, LA is a great place.
And so how long was Sliders on?
Sliders was on for 5 years. I did like a season of it, or a little more, or a little less, something like that.
And did you ever do the fencing still, or did that just go by?
No, once I graduated college, fencing was done.
Do you ever do it now?
Once in a blue moon.
Do you still love it?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'd keep it. I wish I kept it up, because I think it would keep me flexible and things like that.
I think you should do it again.
Okay.
Maybe we'll talk to that lady, Linda. Maybe I'll go with you. You were supposed to go boxing with me, too. You never went boxing with me. Maybe I just have to push you a little harder. Maybe I just have to do what your brother did in carpool and be like, Charlie, beep the horn, like the girl from 8th grade. Come on, we're going boxing.
Yeah, I'll go boxing.
I love it. Martin out in L.A., Trinity Gym. I was supposed to have him do the podcast, and I forgot. He's going to be mad at me, so I better get him on, so he'll let me come again. All right, so you're in L.A., you're doing Sliders. Sliders gets canceled.
Yeah, so they did one season without us.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Contract dispute, something like that.
You know.
No, whatever. We didn't do the last season.
And who did they have do it?
I have no idea.
You never watched it?
I really don't know, yeah.
You're hilarious. You're like, all right, I'm done with that, and I'm really done with that. Yeah. So don't cross Charlie O'Connell, everybody, because if he's done with you, he's done with you.
I have no idea what happened to it.
All right, so then your brother goes on to do what? I don't know a lot about your brother.
No, I don't know. I don't know what the next show is. He's always working.
So he does a lot of TV?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had movies, too, I guess.
And then you were doing...
I think after that I did Dude, Where's My Car?
Oh.
Give or take. Give or take a year. I'd done movies in between there, or pilots or this and that, but I guess that was the next, bigger thing.
And did you like it, or was it just something that you did? Like,
Dude, Where's My Car? Or acting? Or
yeah,
what?
the acting, the whole thing.
No, I like acting. I like acting. To be honest with you, I hate auditioning.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I hate the running around and learning lines, because I got to learn them. I got to memorize them.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I don't... I don't enjoy the process of getting a job. I love jobs,
right?
But I don't enjoy the process of getting them.
Right. Well, that makes sense because you have to memorize and read and all the. It's still hard with the dyslexia.
Yeah, I can't just pick up a page and read it. I gotta memorize it.
Right.
So it's a pain in the ass.
And then when you're in the audition, they always say you shouldn't memorize it. You should be on book because it doesn't look as finished and the whole
or it's changed, or you get there and they give you new sides.
Oh, Charlie! Oh.
And you say, "Oh, can we do the old sides?" And they say, "Oh, just try your best on these."
See, people have no idea that happens. It's cute.
Okay, let's move on.
No, I wanted to have a moment. See, I wanted to see how long you could have a moment with me. All right, so then I want to know, can we talk about The Bachelor?
Sure.
I've never asked you about that before. I don't care about it. I just like you as a person. But anyway, since this is like...
You think The Bachelor is a bad thing. The Bachelor wasn't a bad thing.
No, I don't like to talk to people about like what they did. I like to find out who people are as people as opposed to their work.
The Bachelor is a show where you hand out roses and you try to find love. That's the way I saw it when I got there. And I met with the producers and they said, "Hey, what do you think about doing this?" And
yeah, how did you get that? How did you even invent? Like, did you think, okay, I really will find a girlfriend? Like, were you genuinely thinking that?
I went in and I spoke to them, and I said, "Hey, look, what I'll do is I'm not dating anyone, and you're gonna find 25 people."
You know what? I just put it together. You don't like to do the work, so they did it for you. It's perfect for you.
Yeah, you're gonna they met with me a few times. They said, "We got it. We do this thing, and we're gonna find 25 girls that are suitable for you or whatever it is." And I'm naive. I never really watched the show much, And I said, all right, well, I'll do my part, which is suit up, show up, and just do my part. I will try to go out with these girls and see if I can find one that I like, and if it works out, it works out. Mm-hmm. That was I believe that's my part of the show. I believe that's it.
And that was your part of the show. That's what they want you to do, right? And
what I didn't get is that they're not necessarily out trying to find love; they're out trying to find drama or good TV.
Oh, the show is yeah.
I mean. Finding a girl is my job.
Right.
Back then I thought it was our job.
Right.
But looking back on it, that was my job.
Right.
Their job was just to stir the pot.
Right.
And
then what was the girl's job?
A girl's job's whatever. There's 25 of them. Some are there just to get 15 minutes. Others there might be but I don't know. If you put yourself in the other position, how the hell can you be one of 25 thinking I'm there to find love? It's like that's a hard thing to do. Live in a house with 25 girls and fight over them and try to get a guy that you don't know either. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the other part is. That's not for me to figure out. It's not my part.
Oh, Charlie. All right, so you get there, and so is it completely different once? Because I did some. I'm not similar, but I did Last Comic Standing, and the one that I did was completely set up, and we saw it on the show. Brett Butler freaked out and everything. So mine wasn't even a competition. Mine was supposed to be a competition, but they had already picked the winners before we even performed.
Oh.
So I had some of that, like they didn't feed us enough, and we had the little parties that they put us together in, or they tried to put us in hotel rooms with people we didn't know to cause the drama, but it must have been...
Well, yeah, I mean, one date, we were talking about horseback riding, one date was with horseback riding, right? Mm-hmm. Because they said, "Oh, you rode horses when you were 9, so we're going to have a horseback riding date," is what they said to me. And you're kind of down to, let's say, 6 girls then. I don't really remember, but let's say you're down to 6. And I said, well, what girl's going to be horseback riding? And they say, oh, this girl from Texas is going to be horseback riding because she's from Texas and she likes horses. And when you start going on the date, she's like, it's so crazy that we're going on a horseback riding date because I was thrown as a kid and I hate horseback riding and I'm terrified of horses.
Let's go.
And I go scuba diving with another girl and she's claustrophobic. Mm-hmm. Well, one girl's not claustrophobic. Why can't I go scuba diving with her and why can't I go horseback riding with a girl that doesn't mind horses? Right. That would be my idea of a good date, but I guess not of good drama.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So and I'm so stupid back then that I couldn't or naive or whatever it was that I couldn't figure it out in the moment. How come they always pick you guys, you picked it wrong. This girl's scared of horses, Well,
see, I don't think people would understand that because you're in the intensity of it. You don't pick up on it as quickly. It's easier in hindsight now to see it, but you wouldn't. Plus, a lot of the Hollywood stuff is you're no one could ever be that shady.
But
that's your first reaction.
But it all worked out. I mean, it really did. The show I don't look back on as a bad thing because I dated a girl for 5 years from it.
So can I ask you questions about that? Because I think people want to know, like, when you're on there must be some girls that you don't like, but you still have to date, right?
Sure.
And that must be. Then what about the kissing? Because they all kiss a lot. Do you have to? Is there something in the contract where you have to kiss?
No, I had no problem kissing because if you kiss, that means that you didn't have to have a conversation. If I was tired of talking to the girl, I'd rather kiss than
people,
talk.
Please listen.
Because talking was painful and kissing was easy.
To how funny Charlie O'Connell is. Listen to his mindset.
If I was like, I can't listen to this girl anymore, I'd just start kissing her. And I'd be like, well...
If you start kissing me right now, I'm going to know what's going on then.
Then we're that much closer to the end of the date and I can move the hell on.
Oh my gosh! So it was like, but the kissing was never bad because it's kissing and you're a guy. Is that what it is? Like, is it ever bad to kiss a girl for a guy? No.
Bad kissing's better than bad conversation.
Really?
Yeah, right.
You did say something funny to me about them talking too much or something. Some of them would just talk. Guys hate when girls talk. What is that?
I don't know. It was a bit of both. Sometimes some girls would tell me their life story, and it was like, take it easy. Well, fucking, we got 2 hours here. Can't we just have like a normal date? Right. I think some of them thought they were like getting Dr. Phil or something.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. And like this was their moment to tell the whole story, or they had someone telling them like you got to tell them about.
So that he can make a connection with you because they're all trying to get a connection quick, which shows how unnatural it is. But that actually repels guys, even if you do that on a real first date.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. I'd much rather talk about nothing.
Sports or something, right?
Nothing.
Fencing.
Nothing's fun.
Leaning against the wall.
Yeah. Let's just lean here.
No, but I've hung around with you. You can talk without being heavy. I've gone out to lunch with you. We've had conversations that weren't about... You don't know my whole life story. Well, you do because you saw my show. But if you didn't see my show, you wouldn't... I wouldn't tell you my whole life story. You got to be mysterious.
Yeah. That's the key, is being mysterious.
I'm really mysterious. No, I'm not. All right, so you're on there. So now Sarah is the girl that you ended up with.
Yeah.
And you loved her.
Yeah.
I always see you talk about her, and I think you always speak nicely of her. It's cute. So did you know when you saw her were you like, that's the girl?
No, well, the first group date that we went on, which was like every girl, it was like in the beginning-ish. Mm-hmm. Every girl, we went to a bar that was like the third date for me of the day. And it was a long one. I mean, like 2, 3 a.m., a lot of drinking, at least for me.
Well, that's the other thing that you said
at the end of the night, she called me on the side and she was like, she said something like, do you think you could just get me some McDonald's French fries? They won't let us eat. Mm-hmm. And I like that. And then we ended up going on the horseback riding date where she was scared of horses. And, what they can't see is like, so the date kind of stunk. I mean, just because it was like she was terrified of horses. And so everything that we had to do on camera was a real pain in the ass. But we were in New York and we had to go horseback riding. So that was 2 hours up and 2 hours back in a car. Oh. And they're now filming the car where we got to just sit next to each other in a car ride. And just chit-chat in the car. And I don't remember what it was, but I remember we had a lot of fun and laughed. And, like, I was really, like, that was a really special 2 hours. Mm-hmm. Probably one of the fondest times I had in the time doing the show and things like that. And that was where moments grew.
Oh, that's interesting, because you wouldn't know that. Now, can you tell me what it was about the fact that she asked you for the French fries that made you like it? Was it because it wasn't...
It was because other girls were trying to get my attention talking about... life or this or that or whatever it was, trying to do some outstanding thing. And what she saw is that none of the producers or anything like that was going to give them anything to eat because they were trying to get all sauced up. And I think what she said also was, do you think you could just get us some fucking fries?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it was that... it was just that it was out of the blue and it had nothing to do with the show or how special or this and that. Just like, I'm not allowed to leave. You obviously do whatever the hell you want. Like, you're watching me for like 2 hours. Just, you do whatever. You pay no attention to anybody. Like, absolutely whatever the rules are, what we're supposed to do. Because they got them marching in lines of whatever it is. And you obviously pay attention to nothing. So you think you could go out, or like they won't shout at you.
Right.
Or whatever it was that I liked.
Well, and also, if you think about it, it was very genius of her, because the one thing that they teach us girls about guys is get them to do things for you.
No, I didn't know that.
It makes a guy feel good if he can help you. So now I just told you a secret. Don't tell anybody else that us girls have a thing that we're taught how to get a guy. We have a whole club. It worked.
Yeah,
she got you.
yeah.
It worked. She's a genius. All right, so can we talk about... So when I met you, when you told me that you were shy and I said, no, you were the Bachelor, you said I was drinking.
Yes.
So can we say that you don't drink anymore?
No.
But you say that. That's all right.
Yeah, that's okay to say.
So you were drinking on The Bachelor. So
yes.
That was part of the whole...
A lot. I was drinking a lot. It's safe to say I was drinking a lot on The Bachelor.
But I never saw it. So did you look like you were drunk on the show or no?
I can give you 8 hours of not drinking. And if we're doing 16 hours, then what you're going to get, as in I'm good at math, is 8 hours of me drinking.
And so did they film any of that? Did any of that come
I filmed
across?
all of it.
But does it come... When people were watching the show, could they tell you were drunk?
I think so. I don't know. When I watched the show, I was drinking too, so I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. I watched the show, I was drinking. How the hell do I know? I gotta ask someone that wasn't drinking and saw it.
Oh, Charlie, it's a miracle that we're here. That you've made it. All right, so at what point did you know? I'm only asking you because I know that, I mean, they watch it all the time. The Bachelor is a very successful show, so whatever formula they have, it's working. Because people, and what do you think it is? Do you think it's the idea of falling in love, that everybody wants to fall in love?
That The Bachelor works?
Yeah, why people like to watch it.
I don't know.
You don't?
No.
Because it did work for you.
It did.
Right?
Yeah, but I think every show it's different. I think every person's different. I think they can make people do things that are more susceptible to listening to people. I think I was probably a real pain in the ass for them.
Yeah.
But
they didn't know what they were getting into.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but I did give it my all. Like I went in there and I tried to find a girl, and I did. Like, are there any stories you can tell that were hard, like the worst story that happened? Are you allowed to tell that or no? Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm just no. It was a great experience. It really was. I mean, that's the nicest thing I can say about it too. And can you tell me when you knew that that's how that I liked her? Yeah. Because I think there is something nice about the fact that you actually got a relationship out of it. No, I think when it was down to 4, when it was down to 6, when it was somewhere in there, I really knew that I thought that she was the girl. Still going on other dates and open to change. You know? Can you like 2 girls at the same time? Yeah. Yes, I can. Charlie, you didn't even let me finish the question. You can like them both equally the same, or? And I think you like everyone differently. Yeah. For different reasons. Nobody likes 2 people for the same thing. But there is something to be said, because the environment that you guys were put in, that you can develop feelings for 2 people at the same time. It's only fair. Right. Why? Because you wouldn't want to just... Because sometimes... Well, because it's only fair because the show's not over. In that scenario, it's only fair that you stay open till the end. At least that's how they explained it to me, and that's how I felt was right. But how much do the girls put on the exact same amount of time as everyone else. They went out there to find love. Just give it a shot. Don't just be an asshole on the date. You know, you got to show up. You got to be on the date. You got to be nice. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do well, you still got some other things. Be like, hey, I'm sorry. We're gonna have to end it here. It's already all figured out. But see, that's a testament to who you are. And I know you're gonna tell me to be quiet, but I don't care because that's kind of you. That shows what kind of person you are. And, I felt like you had to give it a fair swing. Because you are a kind person. Maybe. Yeah, you are. Even though you try to be funny and you're shy and everything. Whatever. I don't let you be shy with me. I don't buy it. I'm like that little girl in the 8th grade. I'm like, whatever, Charlie. What's this girl in the 8th grade? I don't remember. The little girl's bossing everybody around. You keep talking about this little girl in 8th grade. I don't remember bringing up a girl in 8th grade. You didn't have a girl in 8th grade that was like, Charlie, come on. My friend was telling me last night, she had a friend that couldn't make his bed and everything, and she used to make it for him. There's just the girl that just doesn't, in Silver Lining playbooks. I like Silver Lining playbooks. When they went out to the diner, and she said, why are you eating cornflakes? And he said, because I didn't want this to be mistaken for a date. And she was like, it can still be a date if you're having cornflakes. That girl who doesn't go, oh, he doesn't want to be on a date with me, or oh, you're a jerk. It's just the girl that's just there. That's it can still be a date. And then the guy ends up liking her because she doesn't end up being all whiny and get all hurt. That's the girl I'm talking about in the 8th grade. The girl that doesn't take it all personally. Okay. I don't know. What I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm referring to about.
I'll just say okay. Because I said I don't know. You tried to explain it more.
I like how you changed the subject from me saying that you were kind too. I like how you did that. All right, so you pick. So the end, because I didn't see it, so I don't know. But what happened? So at the end, you pick. There's two. You pick it at the end of the show.
One girl, yeah, and then we dated for like 5 years.
But you didn't get engaged.
No.
And what made you not get engaged?
Because because we hadn't had our first we hadn't really been together. I mean, we went home that day and we started we moved right in and we started living together pretty much then. But you know, we were just starting to get to know each other then.
And that's hard. Whenever anybody moves in or goes fast like that, I always find that it's hard. It's hard
you don't really know each other yet. I thought it would be weird to be engaged then.
Yeah. But not move in together.
No, that was fine.
But it must have put strain on it.
Maybe.
Because what happened? You guys went out and then you broke up and then you went out and then...
Yeah, we did the normal thing. We went out for a while and then we broke up and then we went out for a while and then we broke up.
How'd you get back together once you broke up the first time?
Oh, we bumped into each other.
And then that was it?
That was it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so that must have meant you had strong feelings for each other.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I've bumped into my old boyfriends and I...
No.
I wanted to run away.
We got in some argument and we broke up and we moved out and it was all that and we hadn't seen each other for a year and we literally bumped into each other and that was it.
So you both missed each other?
Yeah.
Oh, and then you do want us to talk about why it didn't work out or no?
No, it didn't work out.
It just didn't work out.
It just didn't work out.
You weren't going to get married.
It just didn't work out.
All right. We'll just let that sit there for a second.
We'll have this uncomfortable beat and see who breaks.
I like it. I'll break. You know I'll break because I'll take care. All right, so now the Bachelor's over. You're in L.A. Mm-hmm. And then what happens?
My parents came home.
They are. Uh-oh, yeah. Charlie's parents are here. Uh-oh. Hi. How are you? Good. Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm good.
I haven't seen you in a while.
I know, I haven't seen you since the summer. Hi. Nice to see you too. Thank you very much.
My dad wanted to say thank you for the peaches.
Hi.
I gotta tell you, those peaches
were they good?
They were great. Fabulous.
We got them from Georgia. As soon as you said they were really good.
I made a remark about Georgia peaches, and
they were so unbelievable. And I took one to my girls. We sit by my friend's pool and just gossip all day, Aunt Mo's. Mm-hmm. And we cut up a peach, and they were like, oh my God. Because nobody gets a good peach anymore.
No, that's what you guys were saying. So as soon as we left, they said, how can we thank them?
If you go into a store, they all look good. They just don't taste good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good. I'm glad you like them.
Like them. They were absolutely incredible.
Great.
It was an incredible gift.
Aww.
It's a good thing we didn't talk about like Vietnamese children, or you would have sent us one of them.
Well, they just were going on about the peaches, and my friend Nancy is from Georgia, and so she knew.
If we talked about South African diamonds, we would have got diamonds.
Oh, will you be quiet? You probably loved it, and you're faking like you didn't love it, you tough guy.
Right, Dad?
We're doing on my podcast
I said you could have talked about like Vietnamese kids.
They're so delicious. Like you don't want anything with them. You don't want any. All you want is the peach. You know.
Oh. Well, I appreciated you let me stay.
Mom, we're doing a podcast now.
You're on the radio.
Mom.
All right. I think people will love to hear this, and they'll hear how awesome I am that I sent you peaches after you let me stay with you.
Mom, we're doing a podcast.
We just talked about what a wonderful mother you are.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You said that?
Yes.
Now we're going to get to the bad part, Mom.
No, didn't I talk about how you helped
you
him?
didn't show her the picture?
Which picture? We need another picture.
It's over there.
And what about your dad? I'm going to ask your dad if he was flirting with me or if he was telling me the truth.
Well,
Yeah,
your
asked
coat matches your hair.
Nick? Let's see, we're getting another picture.
See? This and this.
This and this. What's that? What's the
A
picture?
pina colada and a Newport.
Mom, it's red.
Oh my gosh.
Is red a pina
Is that
colada?
you, Charlie?
It's a Haiti, yeah.
She's showing me a
Bloody
picture
Mary.
of her in a hot bikini, gorgeous,
It's not a Bloody Mary. I don't never drink
holding a
Bloody
drink
Mary
and a
in my
smoke,
life.
and
It's a pina
Charlie's
colada.
hugging her. Oh, I wish we were videotaping this. This would be awesome.
So, what color is a pina colada?
Pina colada is
It's white.
green. Well, white. Yeah, white.
It's white.
Just use- just
It could be a
use the
strawberry
fruit that they have.
daiquiri. but it's not a pina colada.
Where are you guys?
So my mom's still calling it a pina colada, and I have it's just because it's not a Bloody Mary.
Port-au-Prince. We were like the last people in Port-au-Prince before Papa Doc got kicked out.
Port-au-Prince is where?
Haiti.
Haiti.
Oh.
It's very French. It was very nice. The people were lovely.
You went to Haiti? You didn't tell me that part.
No, this must be 30 years ago.
Look how hot your body is. You look great.
Doesn't he look good?
No, you. Him. He already knows
No,
what I think of
he's
him.
in tip-top shape.
Yeah.
Remember how fat and flabby he was? He was like so ugly.
I don't ever remember him being ugly. All right, so we're up to The Bachelor.
You don't remember that big pot belly? It was like...
No, I always thought he was cute. I think that's when I met you, when you had your pot belly.
Probably.
I'm blinded.
It was a phase.
I was blinded by your charm.
He was pregnant.
And then now it's over. Because you've been fishing. Let's talk about your fishing.
I work on a dragger.
All right, so you work on a dragger in Montauk, right?
Yes.
How many hours a day? Is your mother still worried about you?
Yes. It's about 20 hours a day when you work.
Okay, and did this start as like you went out and just to hang out, or?
A friend of mine worked on the boat, and I got to go on for a day, and then they said, you want to come the next day, and it was touch and go for a while, and I really started to enjoy it. It's a dragger.
Which means what?
Which means that we drag a net behind us, and then it's a lot of lifting and manual labor, and I work in the hole a lot, so I shovel ice, and it's fucking man job.
It is?
Yeah.
Is that what you like about it?
Yeah, it's totally all man job.
And what about, like, do you get scared? Because remember you told me if you fell off the boat with your boots on, you could drown?
No. So,
yes,
no,
your
I'm
mother
going to go
told
with no.
me that.
I'm just going to go with no. I didn't say that.
Yes, you
No.
did tell me that. Because
No.
your mom told me that your boots will fill up with water and you can drown.
That's true. But
You
let's not
said-
say that I
you
said.
told me when I was
but let's
leaving-
not say that I said that I was scared, because then you'd make me sound like a sis. And we
You
just
told-
got from total man job. Let's
You-
just stick with that, man.
All right, you're a total man.
Say it with me. Total man
Total
job.
man job. Charlie's a man. But wait a minute. Remember you told me when I was leaving your house in Montauk that if you do die that I should call your mother every week and remind her that she let you go fishing?
That sounds like a sick thing to do.
You
But
told
it's
me
very
that.
possible that I said that.
You told me that. I was like, don't torture your mother. She got you into fencing and got you into college.
Right, she
Right?
did.
She's a lovely mother. All right, so you get how many fish does the boat drag? Like what? I'm fascinated with like what you love about it besides it being manly.
It's a full day's work of absolute lifting. It's got me in the best shape I've been in 20 years.
That makes you feel good.
You get to see the sunsets. You get to see the sunrises. You're out there. There's some days that I can't feel my hands. It's like it's a real job. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like a real job. I never got home from an acting job and was like, man, I really acted the shit out of that day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like where you had a full day's work there. You know it.
And so there's something spiritual about it with the nature, because people always say that being out in nature. Like
I think
that is
so.
like, and also, isn't that funny? Because you started this whole thing off talking about how you didn't want to work and how the least work possible, and now you're working harder, and it's giving you the most. I mean, I'm putting words into your mouth, but it sounds like it's the most gratifying thing that you've done.
I guess so. I don't look. Don't start calling it work like that, because if I start looking at it that way, there's no way I'm going to like it.
Well, how can you do it in the winter?
I don't know. I think it's because a lot of people said I couldn't.
Oh, really? Who told you couldn't?
Well, my dad said the first cold breeze that came by, I was going to leave. He had that
oh, he's
non-leaving.
doing his reverse psychology.
And,
that was smart.
And the guy I work for too thought I was gonna run out, and it seems like I've made winter.
That's
So,
cool. And so then when does it start again?
I mean, this is my first winter in 16 or 17 years. It's actually, I am going on vacation right now, so I am taking a month off of the winter.
That's good, though.
Yeah, my boss is on vacation right now too. So
And then what happens when you come back? You go back to fishing again? Mm-hmm. You love it.
yeah,
See, I think that's cool when somebody finds something that they love like that.
yeah. I mean, look, it just all of a sudden happened, so I'm gonna ride it out for a while and see what happens. I think I'm just in the middle of something that I'm going to look back on very fondly. Mm-hmm. If I hit a rocking chair at some age,
right. I'm
going to look back on this job very fondly. So why leave it because I normally go to LA?
No, because that'll naturally come too. Like I feel like life has a natural rhythm. Like eventually you'll be like, okay, this is enough, and I want to do. You'll have more of a.
Or I'll figure out how I can maybe do both. Mm-hmm. You know, if I can do it 4 months a year or whatever it is, I'll just I'll figure it out.
Well, and you're still able to be Hollywood by being on the Kadoozie Kast, which is really...
Right, and blowing up right now.
I came all the way here to see, so that I could give you this outlet to talk about your manly job and your bachelor time. All right, so what? So you're going to go, you're going on vacation.
Yes.
Are your parents happy that you're fishing, or is your mom really scared? Tell me the truth.
No, my mom loves it.
She does?
Sort of. She hates it and loves it.
Well, they want to see you doing something that makes
Well,
you
my
feel
mom's
good.
spoiled in the summer. I bring home fish like every day.
I know, they will.
So
Funny.
she gets absolutely spoiled.
And so do you have to cut them up and everything, too?
Yeah.
You love it. Mm-hmm. It is manly. I guess it's like a primal thing. Me, not so much. I told you I caught a trout when I was 8 years old in Vermont, and I got $5, and I was all done. That was enough.
So it's like the same.
Yeah.
We basically do the same thing.
It was too manly for me.
So,
All right, well, I think we got a glimpse into Charlie O'Connell's funniness. My favorite is that you said you made out with the girl so that they would stop talking. I think I might put that as the description. Listen to Charlie O'Connell talk about his moves. He kisses the girls. But I bet you all guys listening to this will be like, me too. Just be quiet.
shh.
Girls, they don't like... I'm learning. You don't talk a lot. You don't text a lot. The guys don't like it. There's a lot that girls do. It's funny that we even function together, girls and guys. Because girls do a lot of things that guys just don't like, and vice versa.
What do guys do?
Oh!
It's funny you asked
You
that,
don't
right?
even want to get me started. You have a lot of balls asking that question.
We're like simple folk.
No, you're not.
Yeah, we are.
No, you're not. Do you want to be taken care of? That's one thing. That's a huge thing with guys.
Well, they want to be taken care of.
They just don't want to have to do a lot of work. They
Like
want,
what?
I don't. They just...
Like make the bed?
No, well, yeah.
That's what you said before, so don't make it.
And the emotions, they don't want to have to... They like the girls to do the work. And then they
What
get
work?
mad. My favorite saying is, don't become your boyfriend's mother because then he has to find a girlfriend. Which is... Your mother likes that one. What do you think? Guys like to be taken care of, right?
I just, I don't really care about the Oscars or the stars. I can't stand to see the same people all the time and all that. But I saw 2 interviews with Bradley Cooper, and both times, one time they said, "Who are you taking to the awards?" And he said, "My mother, of course." And they're like, "Oh," and then they asked him something else, and he said, "Oh well, I live with my mother." He lives with his mother.
See?
And he's taking her to the awards.
Yeah.
And he's not in the slightest bit
Embarrassed.
or anything. You know? And then I heard him on another interview.
Mom, that's probably because he's got someone like you sitting at home screaming like
No.
you're taking me, you're taking me.
No. Oh, it was so sad.
What?
I can't even say it.
Oh,
Mom, come on.
she got sad. No, she's not.
Yes, yeah.
His father died,
And
yeah.
his mother was wrong. So he took her in. She
Oh,
lived with the father.
oh,
So
no.
sad, you know?
Oh,
I mean, he could put her up someplace or something.
right.
But he said no, she was sad, you know. Isn't that
Oh, that's
sad?
actually loving.
I mean, for somebody in Hollywood, it's like crazy.
Well, Mom, don't get the wrong idea. We're putting you somewhere.
See?
Okay. I'll call Bradley and I'll see if he'll take you
Buy her a
too.
house across the street. I
think that's what you're
so
saying.
Nice.
It's very loving. People can be.
I
People
think
are
that's what we've
amazing.
learned, right?
He doesn't have a story. He's not, he's not talking about his girlfriend. He just told about his plane life. God, that is such a nice guy.
If my dad goes, I'll see if Bradley will take my mom.
I'll
That's
take
what
your
I've
mom.
learned, right?
I'll take your mom.
Thank you.
How about that? What are you going to do about that?
Yeah,
You
you're
would.
showing us your
Charlie
tree.
would.
You're
You act so
showing her.
tough, Charlie O'Connell, and you're
It's
so full of
amazing.
baloney. It's the
Right.
opposite. All right, I think that's the end of the Kadoozie Kast. Baxter's playing with his
But,
squeaky.
the funny thing about
wait a
him
minute.
and that fishing,
Ma,
Yeah? That's all right. Let's finish it with the fishing. Yeah.
all his friends, or all Jerry's friends, or when I meet them, they'll say, "Oh, hey, what's Charlie doing?" And I'll say, "He's fishing." And they'll go, "All the time?" I said, "Yeah, full time." And they all stop and they go, "I wish I could do that."
See?
Isn't that amazing? I think it's a man thing.
It's
I
a
think
man
they want to
thing.
be out in the sea and, loading the barges or whatever they do.
And they like to be quiet.
Yeah.
And I think they probably, people need it for a while. Just to, regroup.
But most guys can't do it because they can't leave their wives or
Right.
their girlfriends for 3 days. Are you kidding? They'd be in deep shit.
Right, so thank God Charlie's single. He doesn't have to
Yeah.
worry.
No, he doesn't have any responsibilities. He just has a dog, and we watch the dog.
That's good. So we'll have to see what happens. We'll have to do the Kadoozie Kast again when you go through your next evolution.
Okay.
All right?
Yes. Thank you for having me, Sib.
Thanks for doing it. I think you're hilarious. Everybody, Charlie O'Connell is awesome.